Long ago in a distant land, I, Aku, the shape-shifting master of darkness, unleashed an unspeakable evil. But a foolish samurai warrior wielding a magic sword stepped forth to oppose me. Before the final blow was struck, I tore open a portal in time and flung him into the future, where my evil is law. Now the fool seeks to return to the past and undo the future that is Aku.
What's up, friends? Welcome to my channel, Collecting is Fun, where I show you that collecting is fun. And in this one, I finally get a chance to review my very own Mezco figure. Mezco 112 collectible. Samurai Jack. Gotta get back to the past Samurai Jack. Yes, I was a huge fan of this when it came on Cartoon Network. And as you can tell from the box, it's there, but they didn't say Cartoon Network because, I mean, they just don't have that liberty to have it on the box like that. But man, back in the day when Cartoon Network was Cartoon Networking, boy, you talking about we had some good stuff. Back when we had Toonami, we had some good stuff coming on that show, on that channel, man. Oh, I miss Cartoon Network. I miss Toonami, man. Ooh, I loved it, man. They had the app that was like, okay. They were bringing it back, man. We had the Toonami, we had Tom and all that. We love Samurai Jack, man. There was so many different things going on. But let's just stick with just Samurai right now. Samurai Jack was a show that taught you patience. It taught you that you don't have to just have a whole lot of stuff going on. You don't have to have a whole lot of action. You don't have to have background music all the time. You didn't have to have all of that. Sometimes you just need to just sit there and wait. Or walk. Listen to the atmosphere. Wait and watch the story unfold. You don't even have to say anything. And Jack didn't talk a lot. Sometimes he was just walking, watching, looking, observing, trying to find his way out. And then he will encounter something. And he will still observe his environment to understand where he was. Man, it's just the subtle things. The subtle things taught you a lot in this show. Okay, so let's take a look at the packaging is amazing. I like the packaging a whole lot. This right here could definitely be like some artwork you could put on your wall, wallpaper or something, man. On your phone, whatever. That looks cool too. Jack and his katana with Aku in the back. Yep. Then there's this right here where he's, jumping, falling, whatever. Samurai Jack, man, he was always up to something, man. He was always trying to get out of Aku's way, always trying to find his way back. He was that dude. Now, there are some things that I found out about this figure that really upset me, but we'll get to that in a minute. And I don't know, man. We'll see it together. Different heads, great. We're gonna take our time, got all these different hands. I'm not gonna switch all those different hands, just the ones that are necessary, like the one to hold the sword and maybe the resting hand. I don't know, maybe the fist hand. Who knows? Then you got the portal here. Got the arrows. Definitely want to check that out. See how he can hold the arrow, bow and arrow. Of course, his mystic katana and katana sheath. And that is it, man. Time portal, 3 interchangeable hairstyles, blindfold, 11 interchangeable hands. It's a lot of hands, baby. Oh, well, there's Cartoon Network right there. Hot dog. Cool stuff. MezcoToys.com. Beautiful stuff. Not a toy for children. Again, intended for adult collectors. There are age limits on some of these figures. Do not be deceived. There's a barcode in case you need it. I got this from Entertainment Earth. It's been a long time since I've ordered anything from Entertainment Earth. But it came out nicely. The price was fine. It was around the cheapest it was. I mean, I guess elsewhere. Free shipping, of course, because of how much it was. So, yeah. I was happy about that. So, all right, without further ado, let's open this thing up and see what all we can get into with my man Jack. Let's do it. Ooh, here we go. Samurai Jack out of the packaging with all of his effects. And he's got quite a bit, okay? It had 3 different trays. One for the figure and some effects. The portal came in his own tray. And the stand, of course, always comes in his own tray. Look at that stand. It's got texture. Look at that. It's not just painted on. It's got that texture right there. Texture here, texture here. This is beautiful. This is a beautiful stand. Worthy. Collector's worthy right here. Of course, you got to take that off, which is kind of annoying. And then you can put that in and have him posed how you would like for him to be posed on the stand. All right. Of course, you cannot forget that Mezco always let you know, be careful. This stuff it can break. Use your head. You are an adult. Act like it when you're collecting these figures and posing them and so forth and so on. Quit thinking that this is a Hasbro figure, blah, 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 blah. It is expensive. You understand. So it didn't say all of that, but you get it. Mezco like, hey, you know what this is. Be an adult. Ooh, okay, we got the stand or base for the portal. So I guess it works in whatever way you want it to be. I guess you can have it looking like that. However, it balances out for you. Good. We'll leave that over here. Of course, you got the baggie for all of the accessories that you're not going to use. So now I can use this because I got my own baggie system. But now I'm going to finally get to use that bag for myself. I don't have to give it back. Instructions. You've got the heads, where they go, the hat. You see, you can take off the little top piece on his head, on his hair, that is. Excuse me, some stuff is falling in there. And then you can put that on. So we'll definitely experiment with that. Wait a minute. What are we doing? You got to take it off? Okay, whatever. We'll find out. And then, of course, where the sword goes, you can undo his belt a little bit and put that in there because it wraps in there. There's no port. It wraps the belt, the sword wraps in there or it slides in there. And then there's the sword. And he has the hand that holds the bow and arrow. I'm definitely going to use that. Excited about that. Great. All right. Now, what we got? We got the bow. And we got the arrows. 3 arrows. That's cool. I want to come out anyway. So I'll let this stay out for a minute. We've got our good old sheath. Nice, beautiful sheath. Beautiful. Okay. Then we got the nice katana. Hold on now. Don't do that. Don't do that. Get in focus. What you doing? Now, of course, I want this thing to be die cast. I wanted it to be die cast, but it's not, man. It's durable, but be careful. But look at the handle. Scabbard is nice. Cool, cool. All right. Let's move on. We got a blindfold, so when you can have him sparring or training, and of course you can take the robe off so you can have him in his undies, training that way, like he just stepped out of the hot springs and about to cut some bamboo, or he's doing it with his robe on, whatever. Like the hat, you definitely got to take the hairpiece off for the hat, so yep, that's nice. Probably have this on him a lot. He's just walking around. The windswept hair, so he's like going through a lot. So this definitely will go with, it could go with this head sculpt right here. He's got the scratches. Look at look at that head. Look at the facial expression. And that's where that hair piece goes. So you'll definitely put it right here. And this is one of the ones that could go. You know, that's nice. I can dig it. It looks better than all the other ones because, I mean, this one, it looks like he's busy, really busy. Or you want to use that stoic head, sure, you could, depending on what's happening if he's waiting for someone. But I'll just leave that there for a moment. You've got this one where he is meditating, just resting, just enjoying the calm atmosphere. Sometimes you need to do that. Like I said, this show helped you. It calmed you down. If you had like a busy day or you had a lot of things going on, stuff racing through your brain, this show helped you calm down because he was literally just walking for a good bit. And there was a lot happening right there. Just pay attention. Just watch. It'll make me want to go back and watch it again. Of course, you want to watch it in the highest definition possible, honestly, because, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's dated. The animation, the art style, a little dated. But then they brought it back. Did you see it when they brought it back to finish his story out? That was good, too. And here's the other hair piece here, where the hair is, he's got the bayangs. Okay, so you want Jack with the bayangs, or do you want Jack with the, let's do it right here. Want Jack with the bayangs, or you want Jack with the regular hair? And so this is not porting in all the way. I don't like that. Port in now. What is you doing? Thank you. Crazy. So there he is. Just got up from his slumber or whatever. Just want to do the whole bayang look. Nice. All right. Woo. Hands. Okay, hands. Don't fall out. Relaxed hands. What is this hand here? I don't know what that is. It's to hold the sword. Okay, we're going to use that. We're going to hold the sword probably. We'll figure it out. And then we got this hand here for a nice chop, strike. Reminds me of how the guy on Karate Kid 2, Saito, I think that was his name. He was chopping that wood. That's how he was doing it. You lack honor. That feud that he had with Mr. Miyagi. Don't act like you don't know. Karate Kid 2 is one of the best ones. This one, yes, this one holds the arrow. This one holds the arrow. So yeah, we're gonna use that one. Definitely, for sure. The left hand. Okay. All right. You don't have a right hand to hold the arrow with? Whatever. Pointer finger, I don't know when I will point. Maybe I'll point at the portal, point at Aku, I don't know. And then this just regular hand of, maybe shocked, I don't know. But everything is nice. The sculpting is great. The paint application is great. That's good. All right, so we're going to move some of this stuff aside because I know what I want to use. I'm going to put some of this so it can be easier for me to get to later. And now let's take a look at Jack. Oh, man. Finally, Samurai Jack is in my possession. I finally have a Samurai Jack figure, period. I never had a Samurai Jack anything. Not a sword replica, nothing. So this is nice. And here's a little piece that can come out. I want to be careful with this. I don't want to really take it out. It's like this can or cannot come out. I don't know. I really don't know how that's supposed to work out. But you're supposed to be able to take it out. Hey, hold on. Let's do this. Let's do it. Ah, there we go. See, there it is. So you can take it off and put his hat on. That's definitely something I want to do. So I'm going to leave that off. The soft material is great. I mean, it's good. I won't say it's great. It's good. And it has some wire to it so it can flare up, flare out, flare in, whatever, which is fine. Of course, since it's soft goods, you're not going to be able to do a whole lot of moving across his chest because of that. But you see the articulation is great. He's got the double jointed elbows, right? Double jointed, so forth. So he can cross like this. He's got his fisticuffs up. Boom. Jack is ready to throw down a little bit. Old school style, whatever. You learned how to box because Jack, he was learning different styles while he was on the way. He was not at all somebody who would just reject the style that was good. He's like, I need all the help I can get. So there we go. Again, this opens up. It has a Velcro, so that's great. So you can put that sword in there. We'll definitely do that. And let's take a look at his legs. Look at the muscles on his legs. You might as well just take the whole thing off so we can just get a good look at him, right? Let's go ahead and do that. Put that on the side. And now we'll just go ahead and derobe Jack really quick. Like he is Prince Akeem from, from Coming to America. Certain ways, man. You just got to put the arms to the back sometimes and just take it off like that. Oh, wait a minute. Got to do one arm at a time? Hold on. Be gentle with this. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's on there tight. It's a fitted jacket. It's not loose at all. That's great. Okay, be careful with that. And now look at the musculature. Bro, make me want to start working out right now. I probably need to do an ab workout before I go to bed. That's what I'm talking about. That's a good physique there. I like that physique for Jack. Great. The back is nice. You got the articulation. You got the rotator cuff there. You can come back this far. Of course, when you have the jacket on, he can't do all of that at all. So you would basically have to have like maybe one arm out if you want to do more articulation with the arms. But you know what? This is actually how it was with the jacket on, the robe on. So we're good, okay? And they got this thing here, which I'm glad this doesn't come off. Great, no Velcro on that. But look at his thighs, man. That right there, yeah, you've been working the hip abductor machine or whatever, but yeah, that's tight. Got the thigh swivel for extra articulation. Got the waist swivel there. So it can't go that far back. Look like he just got a straight back now. You don't want to walk around like that. You look a little weird. Or like that. Maybe trying to bow to somebody. I thank you. Voiced by Phil Lamar. Phil Lamar, man. Voice acting legend, pretty much. Now, you can't do too much with this neck. As you can see, it's pretty much in a stagnant position. But the head can move. You can put the little dents in his, right there, by his clavicle. That's cool, yo. Beautiful artwork. Beautiful artistry. Double jointed knees. Good. You can go up a little bit. Yes. Not just a little bit, but a lot, honestly. Good enough. So he can jump, look like he's running, leaping. Remember that episode where he met those creatures that were in the tree? He's like, you can fly? No. We can jump good. And he just like that. But here's another problem. Or a problem. I'll get to the other one in a minute. But take a look at the lines on his leg for the calves. Yes, man. That's what I'm talking about. Now, this is what I'm talking about here. You can't do nothing with these ankles. You can't do anything with these ankles. That's it. Pivot? Try it. How you going to do that? Is that your pivot? Like, you know me, I want to do a side kick. I want to knife it, but I can't do it. I can only twist, but I can't do it. I can pull it out. There's a little peg in here, a little ball in here. I can pull it out, but it's not going to be good enough. And then you don't want that. You want it to be flush. It's supposed to be flush, but they didn't give you anything. Come on, Mezco. Why'd you do that? That's not cool at all. Not at all. I don't like that. But other than that, everything looks fine. So I want to definitely change out his hand. What hand is he using for the bow and arrow? Well, we know we got to change that out, right? I'm going to change this out for the bow and arrow. This is going to be the right hand. This one is it's here. Okay. Not as smooth as Storm Collectibles, but you know, that's fine. And then we got that other hand, which I already have out and ready. Right here. So we're going to put that in, and hopefully I can, ooh, thank you. All right, cool. So you can hold it like this, and yeah, it'll be interesting to hold it like however we're going to do this. Never actually posed somebody properly to hold a bow and arrow. I'll figure it out. Yeah, I'll figure it out. Okay. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so beautiful looking figure, right? Good looking figure. Let's go ahead and change out a head, right? It's got the smiley head. I don't know. Maybe we'll do that at the end of the video. Maybe, just maybe. Or, you know what? Let's just do this now. Good. And good. What hairstyle? This one does not move. That hairstyle stays. I'm glad that one stays. And then you got the other one that, wait a minute. Does that stay? It doesn't stay. It has to move. Thank you. There we go. Put this on. No. Let's bang yang. Yeah, let's do the bang yang. Cool. All right. All right. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to put on, here's the issue that we've had. We got to put this on, but let me show you the problem that has been found with this particular figure and what Mezco has done, what they have not done, and how it's just not at all cool for Samurai Jack. So we know Samurai Jack is, I gotta put the thing on him, right? So Samurai Jack runs around a lot. He's got his robe on, and he is always, let's do it right over left, or left over right, excuse me. He's always running around with this robe, and he's jumping, diving, running, all of that stuff, and that robe just stays closed. He doesn't have to open it up at all. Everything he does or everything that he wants to do, his robe takes it. His robe stays together. I mean, it's one of the best garments he's ever had. I mean, I've ever seen, right? Because nothing moves. It's just really cool. But here's the problem. He's standing normal, which is fine. All right? Let's just put your hand down. Put your hand behind you really quick there, Jackie. I forgot remember where the joints are, okay? So he's there, and he's just smiling, looking all nice and cool. Right, that's cool, thanks. But here's the problem. You want to move him, you can't do that much with that, because if you want to maintain this integrity, this has to stay closed, or his stance has to be closer together. You want him to stand out wider, it starts to open. That's not how it's supposed to be. When he is jumping, running, or whatever, his garment is supposed to stay closed. Now, I could probably do that. Hold on. So he's in the air, and you got to pretend like he has the sword in his hand, which is not at all how they have it, because you got to really force it, really work with it, and it's, you see that it's, the garment is hindering, and you see, I'm going to really work with it and find out what to do here. Way up there, that's where his sword is. Look at where his arms are. How am I going to get it up there? I got to really force it and work with this garment to get his hands up there. I got to push this thing down, rotate his arm, push it down, rotate his... It's a hassle. It is a hassle. But I can probably achieve that. But as you can see, look, as soon as I get his legs out, it opens. And it's not like it's taped or there's some type of Velcro or whatever, some type of magnet, which will be helpful. No, it's just there. So I'm like, okay, I want his legs open a little bit or look like he's coming down. There, that's it. I can't do this. When he's running, his legs are open. That's not how it's supposed to be. When he's running, it's supposed to be closed. I don't want to see his legs the entire time. If he's getting into a samurai pose or grapple pose, whatever, look at him. His ankles don't give like they're supposed to. So he's trying to stand there with his neck already tilted. It's already at an angle. He's trying to grapple. I'm trying to do the best I can. His foot is out like this. I can't pivot for real. So he's like this and there. Who wants to see Jack like that? We don't see Jack like that. Jack is not supposed to have his robe open like that. See this? They cheated like a mug. No, that thing is not coming way over there. No, it's not. That is not coming way over there. Why'd you do that? This is achievable. This is achievable except for that. I haven't done it yet. This should definitely be achievable. But what is this? This is definitely not achievable. See that? Closed. See that? Closed. Closed. Oh, that's an annoying thing right there. So this is what you have to do. You have to find somebody who has, some soft goods that they're willing to sell or they're making or whatever, made to order, whatever. I talked to somebody who was like, yeah, I can make this for like $40. He would make a robe and some pants. Put on some pants. But that's going to mess up the look. You don't want him to have pants. You want to have the solid robe that covers the entire body. So somebody seeing this has a perfect opportunity to make this better, to show Mezco how they should have done it, because I don't ever want to see him running around doing any kind of battle like that. That is not cool. your undies are showing, sir. No. All right, so let's see here. What can we do? He is, I've already taken the thing off and showed you Mezco. I'm not putting the thing, taking it off again. Let's just have him sit maybe in a serene pose. Again, knees. If I want him in a serene pose with his knees out, I guess that'll work. I guess, right? So he is there, and I guess I could have him in a splits, maybe. Do the splits work? And then, look, even the splits are not going to work, man. Like that, maybe. And then Jack is about to... It's not working, man. I have to figure it out how to make this thing work, because it's just not how it should be. It's not ideal. It's not ideal. All right. But he's stretching, okay? But I'm trying to get him in a nice Zen positioning where his eyes are closed. Let me just try this. Okay, something like this. So he's meditating, maybe. Because you see his knees, man. His knees are like this. His feet are like this. I can't do too much. So I have his knees up and his back arched a little bit. But you see that? Depending on where you have him sitting will determine how much balance he will have. That's not too cool. That's not too ideal. This thing is a $100 figure, man. Nobody should be spending. Some folks have spent $140 for this thing. It should not be this way. So let's just say he's, kneeling for whatever. Your Majesty. Something like that. You can cover his legs up that way. That looks cool. We can do with that. Okay. All right. But that's enough of that. Let's get a weapon in his hand, right? You see the issues I've had. So I'm going to go ahead and try him in a battle pose and show you some of the problems that you may have and how you may have to just work with it. Okay, so that's a good pose as far as, the sword being out, his blindfold and all that. But again, you see my man's undies. What can you do to fix that? The thing is not that big. So you got to bring this all the way over. But then, of course, you're going to make his stance a little bit smaller. You want his stance to be wider. I mean, he's balancing pretty good, even though his ankles aren't doing anything worthy of a figure like this. But there you go. So you got to do all of that to kind of cover his undies. It shouldn't be this way. It should not be this. This right here was an easy win for them. They literally all they had to do was just give us a bigger robe. Literally just give us a bigger robe. But they did not. They gave us this small robe here, and he ain't doing hardly anything. Matter of fact, hold on. He is without his top knot here. But I'm not going to put that top knot on. I'm going to go ahead and take that blindfold off and have him kind of standing there like a nomad with a hat. Or, no, I'm just going to, while we're here. Yes, I'm just going to take this off and have him looking like he just got through fighting that Scotsman on the bridge. Ah! Now look, that's so cool. That's a nice expression right there. Really cool. But again, homeboy's garment is open. At least we don't see his undies. So if you get this, this is what you got to figure out. How are you going to make that work to where he is not showing his little underoos, Japanese underoos there. Okay. Let me see if we can get over the head motion. Okay, let's see if we can use this stand. But before we do that, we got to put that bow and arrow in his hand, right? Then we're going to put him in the air and see how we can make it work. And then after that, we'll get him in the hat and then in the video, okay? All right, so take a look at that. That was the only way at the moment I can for me to get his arms, both arms up to hold the sword, with both hands. You see that? That's the best I could have done at that moment. His hands, the picture has his arms way up here, right? And then if I do that, it's going to be blocking his face. They're not going that high up. You see that? It'll be like right here maybe. So it's like he's I guess that'll look fine. Let me just back up a little bit. I guess that will look okay. The foolish samurai warrior wielding a magic sword tore open a portal in time. Where am I? I'm gonna go through the whole thing, but you get it. So that looks like somewhat like how they have it on the box, but it's again not too ideal because you want him to look just a tad bit more dynamic. Arm, legs out, whatever, Okay, so there's that. We did with the windswept hair, right? Okay, now we got to go ahead and put him in the bow and arrow stance. Let's try that. All right, so there's something. He has the bow and arrow out, and he's about to shoot some type of something, right? But there you go. I mean, that looks cool, right? Just pick whatever head you want. I have him looking to the left a little bit. You can always use the one where he's blindfolded. That's a good one right here. So that's a good one while he's shooting. Matter of fact, let me do that. There. So it's like he's listening and he's about to shoot. So that's okay. I can dig that. That's all right. All right. Last thing. Put the thing on his head so that he can look like he is walking around, and then we'll have him look up and kind of smile at the camera and just give our final thoughts. And there you go. There he is with his hand on his sheath, hand on the sword, and he is ready. He's walking, doing what he normally does when he's walking throughout an episode. His eyes might be covered. He might be tilted just a little bit. I'm trying to work with his hat because this hat is not exactly an exact fit. It's just however you want to work it, honestly. It's not what I wanted. But there you go. Looking like this. And he's got a little smirk on his face because that's how we're going to end the video. So, overall, let's take a look at this. How do I feel about this figure overall? So overall, I like the figure, man. It's a good figure, man. It's nothing I would say, oh man, I didn't get my money's worth or anything like that. But I would have to say I didn't get all of my money's worth. Because he looks good, but he just doesn't look like how he should as far as the robe is concerned. He doesn't move like he should, like as far as his ankles are concerned. His neck is in a fixed position, which is not a bad thing, but it's just not something that I would expect from Meditoys or Mezco. I wouldn't expect them to kind of drop the ball. They really did drop the ball on this being one of the best Samurai Jack figures ever made. Seriously. I mean, as far as right now is concerned, until somebody dethrones them, which all they got to do is like put a better robe on there. And again, the articulation with his, it is what it is with Mezco and the soft goods. You can't get the arms and the legs to move exactly how you really want them to because of the soft goods. But other than that, man, it's a solid figure. It really is cool. All the different accessories, the hair, the hands. You got 3 arrows. I'm not sure why you would need 3. But, hey, I guess if you lose 1, lose 2, there's nothing different about the other arrows. It's just the same arrow for all 3. So, again, it's reminiscent of the show. It's something that I geeked out over. I love the show. Love it. The newer episodes, when they brought it back to finish the story, it was definitely worthwhile. So if you want to get this, yeah, I mean, you can get it at Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, or other places you can get it from. I think Mezco.com. I don't think it's selling out, and for good reason. It's just not really. Hold on, let me stop this thing. Yeah, it's just not really something that I was like, oh man, you gotta get that. You gotta get a Samurai Jack figure. First off, I mean, that's how I felt when I saw him. Like, I gotta get me a Samurai Jack figure. It's gonna be my first Mezco, my first one. But they dropped the ball on some things, and it didn't give me that great feeling that I wanted to have throughout the entire time of me working with this. But everything does work. I didn't see any QC problems other than the lack of articulation, the ankle, and so forth. Again, we know what to expect with the garments and how you can't move your arms the way you really want to. But moving them across his body, absolutely. I'm not going to be moving it his arms or his hands above his head too much. So that's absolutely fine. So let me know what you think, man. Let me know what you think about this Samurai Jack figure. Other than the other poses that he can't really get into without exposing himself, let me know. Because I think this is a pretty solid figure. And I'm just going to have his robe on the entire time. I'm not going to be doing too much without his robe. And he's just going to be posed looking like this, with a smirk on his face, or with his scars on his face, or with the windswept hair, or the bayangs, whatever. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. Let me know what you think, man. Tell me how you felt about Samurai Jack back when it was on. Have fun collecting, because collecting is fun. Later days.
Jack. Watch out. Jack.